Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Super Subs Podcast, hosted by Risha Narv. Podcast where two bros talk all things footy, drop takes hotter than a manager's seat after a five-game slump, and discuss who deserves our prestigious award of Super Sub of the Week. So, with that, it's football talk that feels like you're right here in the room with us. And Narv, you know the drill. Who's your Super Sub this week?
My super sub will be the youngster um, for PSG, Desiree Doué. Uh, I think this one we'll kind of get into it when we talk about the Champions League, the recap, but came in for Dembele, who was injured early in the first half, and I mean, complete game changer. Grabbed two goals, ultimately the winner. And just yeah, even just the threat constantly throughout the game.
Yeah, I had Desiree Doué too. I was excited about this one, but yeah, I think he was credited with that assist too
Mm.
to the goal that Hakimi scored. I know it was more of a like he shot it, keeper
Yeah,
saved it, but yeah, to your point, he just looked like a major threat all game. So yeah, he was my super sub too.
that was one of the interesting first round matchups. Two French teams.
Yeah, PSG, they've kind of fallen off a little this year, but they've started to pick up steam a little, and it's almost like last campaign where they barely made it into the knockout stages, and then they kind of really started heating up
Yeah,
once that started, but it feels very similar now.
yeah, especially with kind of getting their players back. I feel like throughout this year they've kind of been dealing with some injuries, like having to play João Neves at the right back at times with Hakimi
Hmm.
being injured, and I think like Fabian Ruiz was out this game, but
Did we choose who we thought would win it all? Or like
I
I think we
don't.
said Bayern, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
think I had Bayern.
Yeah. I had Chelsea, but I think my realistic one was Bayern.
You could probably guess who my super sub was based off the shirt I'm repping today. Um,
Super sub. Did Neymar?
apparently, no, because apparently Desiree Doué said like his idol
Oh,
is Neymar.
yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, clever shirt pick today. Um, but yeah, today we'll cover some games over this weekend. We just finished watching one that kind of got our kind of feelings down this weekend. Just type game.
It might
But
go back up tomorrow though. The
we'll
United
we'll do
move.
we'll do a prediction for that one.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I guess we'll start with the games this weekend and then go into just some Champions League takeaways from the first leg. But I guess to start with the Premier League, there was a random game over the midweek for some reason, but very entertaining game. Arsenal versus Wolves. Arsenal are starting to kind of bottle it a little. They're feeling the pressure, but they ended up tying Wolves 2-2. They were leading the game 2-0 and then ended up throwing away the lead and tying the game. I think it was a fair result in my eyes, but it definitely felt like a huge loss for Arsenal,
Felt
even
like a
though they
huge
got one.
win for Wolves, the way the crowd was going nuts.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be relegated, but you can see like Arsenal's just a hated team throughout the entire league.
True, yeah.
No, nobody wants them to win.
Nah.
Um,
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like on paper, I mean it should have been like a easy win with how bad Wolves have been. And then yeah, being up 2-0 like in a very def I think that's what hurt him is like for some reason they weren't controlling the game. Arsenal, they were just inviting pressure. I mean, granted, one of the goals Wolves scored was like kind of a worldie.
yeah, that first one.
Yeah. But the second one was kind of poor defending. Let him kind of tee up for a cross and then poor communication between Gabriel and Raya.
Yeah. I mean, Arsenal though, like they didn't have control, but like they were still pretty dominant in terms of like possession. I think they had like 60 over 65% possession.
Hmm.
But yeah, to your point, they didn't uh create anything. You know, like they had 65% possession, but they we said it all year. They've struggled to beat mid block, low block teams, and
Yeah.
that's I thought Wolves did a good job. A lot of I guess it is bias. Arsenal fans were saying Wolves were lucky this game, especially that second goal, but it's also you have to kind of blame yourself
Hmm.
for that performance.
Yeah. Um, it's funny. It's like the way Arsenal were kind of going about it too was like kind of shameless when you're playing a team that's like one of the worst we've seen in years. Like just going down, wasting time on stoppage time, and then Martinelli when he won the corner and the fans were like booing him because he was wasting time, and he just said like 2-1. Just shameless club, man.
Yeah, the time wasting against Wolves is insane.
Yeah. I
But
feel
I
like
don't know.
you gotta see that game out. Like I don't know why they just weren't keeping the ball, like holding on to the ball, like why they were inviting pressure, or like we'll get into it today, but like they could have maybe gone for a third goal, just completely killed it off.
Yeah, I feel like any other in the past,
Hmm.
like teams that have won, ended up being the champion, like Liverpool City, they all have these types of games. You know, it's kind of one off. You don't
Yeah.
expect it, but the difference is they see the games out.
Hmm.
They get the result.
Yeah.
Um,
It's one of the rainy, snowy type days. Like
yeah.
you knew something was gonna possibly happen.
But I mean, props to Wolves. I thought they executed their game plan well, just playing direct transition
Hmm.
type style. And Arsenal, they just also like I compare it to eating chicken. Like for them, it's like the way they play, it makes me feel like I'm eating like unseasoned chicken with like no
Hmm.
sauce or anything. It's just like so boring to
Blah.
watch. It's
Uh-huh.
so like they don't have any flavor to their play
No,
style. Like
no,
especially
not at all.
it's
Um,
tough to watch.
I was a little upset that Angel Gomez he got injured kind of early on because obviously like United product, and then at Marseille he was looking pretty good. So he just hasn't really been able to get the game time, so
hmm
got the transfer to Wolves. So I was excited to kind of see him in action. But he got hurt kind of early. But that was pretty impressive, like even without kind of like the creator in the midfield.
Yeah, and speaking of Marseille, like another player I was thinking about this game was Ethan Wary. Like I don't know, I thought Odegaard, I don't know about you, but I thought he played pretty well. He was one of the better attackers for most of the game, but then he kind of, I don't know, lost some momentum or assertiveness towards the last 20, 30 minutes. But I don't know, I felt like this was a game that Ethan could have came on and made a big difference.
First name basis. That's your
And
boy.
I'm not saying he's at this level yet, but the way he plays kind of reminds me of Shirky in terms of like he doesn't just follow the orthodox play style that the manager wants, and he sees the game a little differently.
Yeah. I think that's the issue with Arsenal is just they're too uh they're the NBA of like the old school Spurs. Tim Duncan just very just
Yeah.
fundamental. Like they get the job done, but they're pretty boring, just very
hmm
fundamental basics.
Yeah. Just eating unseasoned chicken. No one wants to see that.
It ain't that bad. Don't knock it till you try it.
At least you add some sauce.
Yeah, I do. That
You know,
G
like
Hughes. Mm-hmm.
Arsenal got no
No,
sauce
so
in their
yeah.
game style. But yeah, I mean, this was a huge, not a loss, but 2 points dropped.
Yeah.
Um, and now they're sitting, I mean, after today's result, what, 5 points ahead of
With
City with the game in hand?
Yep, yep. And they still got City to play April 18th. So
Coming down to the wire.
that day, my calendar will be booked.
Phone on do not disturb.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. DND.
Do you want to jump into the Arsenal game we just watched? while we're just
Might as well.
talking
Yeah.
about it. Um,
Complete 180.
yeah, do you just want to kind of touch on this game, like what stood out?
Um, I will say I don't like how games are decided by refereeing, but I think Kolomuani, his goal that got chalked off because of like the push. Um,
I
First
wouldn't
of
even
all,
call it a push. It
yeah,
was a hand in the back.
yeah, Gabriel like made the most of it. Um,
Yeah.
I think that could have changed the game because like they conceded and got right back into it again.
And it was 2-1 at this point too.
Yeah, so it would have made it 2-2, and I think Spurs would have been more than happy to walk away with the draw. So like, I don't know. I feel like that was a game changer. That call going against them.
Yeah, and I think even that Raya save, I know it's 3-1 at that point, but
Under
Charleston,
Charleston, yeah,
yeah, that could have been a huge momentum swinger too, because Arsenal back of their head is probably thinking, "Oh, we bottled it on
yeah.
Wednesday, and then now we're doing it again." But it's just crazy to see, just like those two little moments could have completely flipped the game.
And uh, I know Spurs coming into the game with the new manager with Thomas Frank being sacked. Um, I know before the match you thought this manager would actually be good for Spurs,
Hmm.
just his personality and style. But I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think Spurs looked. They looked a little shambolic defensively.
Oh
The
yeah,
goals they gave up were pretty cheap. Dragusin, oh my God, he cost them.
yeah, that Eze goal,
Yeah.
he was heading it to Basuma, who was under pressure, and just
hmm
poor header.
And then even that first goal, I mean, that was kind of lucky by Saka, get past Sarr, but then the defending from there I thought was poor. Like Gallagher it's kind of an NPC there, getting megged, and then
Even Dragusin was just watching, like he didn't throw his body on the line.
yeah. Like I think Gyökeres, his goal was like the only one that was like actually quality
That was
again,
very un-Arsenal like this year.
and very un Gyökeres like. So
Yeah.
against relegation team again gets his goal.
Yeah, Spurs, speaking of relegation, they're what, 4 points
Yeah,
above West Ham right now?
yeah, four above West Ham. Um, Let me see their schedule.
It,
I wonder if they play again.
it's crazy to think that they like they have a first round bye in the Champions League, and potentially they're battling relegation right now, but they could still win the Champions League at the same time.
Oh, that'd be insane. Um, but I'll be honest, Spurs have a really tough fixtures. I'll just go through them real quick, but they got
Hmm.
Fulham next, then Palace, then Liverpool, then they got potential relegation battle against Forest, and then Sunderland, Brighton, another potential relegation battle versus Wolves, Villa, relegation battle versus Leeds, and then you guys and Everton. Crazy
Th-
run.
Those are some tricky matchups. I mean, yeah, Tottenham, they're beatable against any team in the league right now,
hmm
I think. Um,
Yeah. And I mean, I do feel bad a little bit because their injury list is quite wild. I know Odebear just had like a ACL injury.
Poro was out too.
Poro's out. So,
Yeah, I do kind of feel for them. The injury list is just, you look at their bench today, and it's what, 6 players that have never made a first team appearance, and then you got
yeah.
Tell and Solanke, and it's just not a strong bench.
Having to rely on Dragusin and Polina at the back. Yeah. You could see how frustrated Van de Ven was when he like kicked that ball after conceding that third goal.
Yeah, I think Tottenham, I mean, they were in it, but it just seemed like their energy after conceding the third goal was just, they were
Deflating.
just deflated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Arsenal 4-1, and I think much needed after that Wolves game. But next weekend they got a big test against us. Next Sunday.
Spurs wanted a back three manager. There's still a man in England.
Yeah. Amarin. He was he was in some like seminar or something with his family, and he was in the back row. And I
With
saw,
the
did you see the tweet? They're like,
yeah.
he's still playing a back three.
Uh, dead.
But speaking of Chelsea, we
That
can
man
touch on
changed my life still. Not gonna say it.
Amarim,
Oh
bro.
yeah.
You know you're down bad then if you have that type of statement.
Well, I've always said Ollie best after Fergie, but I think Amrin he changed us for the good. People just don't see deep it.
I don't deep it. I think other than Ollie, I thought Mourinho did the second best job for y'all.
The clear out that Amrin did was crazy. Like
That yeah,
all the
that was
cancer.
needed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, he was too big for him.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, speaking of Chelsea, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go work out during this game. Y'all should get the
Yeah.
dub against Burnley. I was like,
10 a.m. windows were trash Saturday, so I was like,
oh, Narv's confident. I was like, okay. Burnley, they're kind of a sleeper team, They're strong defensively, and I felt like it was a classic Chelsea game. Just we were absolutely dominating possession. We scored a very early goal, and I don't know, it just felt like we were too comfortable, and we just never capitalized on another goal. Yeah, Pedro Neto, I thought was really good this game. He was the only really bright spark, but again, that man Tosin had his fingertips in the crime of the scene with that second goal, or with Burnley's equalizer, just not marking his man. Fleming with a nice header, but very disappointing result. We should have wrapped this game up, and
Mhm.
Cole Palmer missed two really easy chances that, to his standards, should have been bagged or just better taken. But very disappointing game in my eyes.
Did that on purpose, bro.
Why?
He's trying to lower his transfer value to come to us. You didn't see his friend say he's gonna be in his boyhood fan United at some
Mm,
point in his career. Not playing.
nah.
I did see I haven't even had the chance to go look at the highlights, but I saw the club statement of like Fofana getting abused due to his red card, but what was it? Just a double yellow?
Yeah, two yellows, and I'm not gonna. That was one point I had where Fofana got two yellows, which I think was it was just really unfortunate. I think that first one was it was a foul where he kind of tried to take the ball away from um what's the guy's name? He used to play for United, Afro
Oh, Hannibal
Hannibal.
Meshri.
Um, he tried to take it away from him and he tripped him, but I didn't think that was yellow worthy. And then even the second one, like knowing that he already has a yellow, I'm surprised the ref gave him a second yellow because it was a foul in Burnley's own kind
Own
of
half.
own
Mm.
half. So, and it wasn't like they were on the counter or anything. So, but that was a big game changer because once he got the red, we kind of sat back and really
Yeah.
invited pressure.
Invite. Yeah. Mm.
But I wouldn't go back and watch this game if I were.
Not worth it.
Don't waste your time watching it.
Ah.
But the only other takeaway I had was just, uh, I do think like the way we line up though, under Liam, like he's going to be really difficult to kind of prepare for any team because this was a brand new formation I've never seen him play, where he was kind of playing Cole Palmer and Enzo kind of down the middle, and Reece James playing almost as a right winger,
Mm.
and went with like a back three. So just his like he never kind of stays the same stagnant. He likes to use different formations, and I think it's definitely doable with the versatile players that we have.
Um, who was yeah, because it's funny because like when you look on paper, it's like a 4-5-1, but until you actually like watch it, it's like a not really.
Yeah.
Um, who? How were the players that came off the bench? I know like who'd you guys recall from Strasbourg? I guess did he come on
Oh,
as like a just extra body?
yeah, because we just needed to kind of shore up the 1-0 lead and just be defensive. Um, but Sarr, I know he was really good at Strasbourg, um, but he only played for a few minutes at the end there. Um,
Gotcha.
but Tosin was like kind of the early sub right after Fofana, and
Hmm.
I would rather much see like Sarr or Achampong over him.
Gotcha. How is how's the lap? I did see, I think, was it this midweek when you guys played Hull City? Delap did go crazy with the assists, but I also saw like him miss crazy like open
Yeah,
sitters.
he missed one really bad one against Hull. He was decent, but I think the way he plays at like Ipswich, like the way he played was
Hmm.
just he had nothing to lose. It's a relegation team.
Yeah.
But like with Chelsea, it just seems like he's adding a lot of pressure to himself and getting frustrated.
Hmm.
Um, so he's always kind of attacking defenders, pushing them and stuff because you can just see the frustration in him.
Mm. Not cut out yet.
But yeah, not yet. But this was a really disappointing game. We should have
Yeah.
had 3 points wrapped up.
Yeah, that's gotta be an annoying one, especially fighting for that top four spot.
Hmm
Didn't burn Burnley's hearts.
Speaking of top four spot, I mean, we can do our prediction for tomorrow's game, United Everton. Um,
Mm. Oh, you want to do
uh,
it now? Let's,
yeah,
let's do it. It is at Everton. Um, this one. I mean, I'll back our boys.
just the way the trend has been going, I think it's going to be a tie. Every
Might
time we
be.
win, every time we tie, same
Yeah,
result.
we've been copying you guys.
But I will say, United, ever since Fletcher has taken, not Fletcher,
Carrot.
Carrick has taken over. I'll put my hands up. Y'all are one of the more fun. Like I want to go
Watch
tune in
United.
and watch United.
Yeah, I took some time off work to watch that game. Have to, man. One game a week, and it's like no, but yeah, to your point, it's like we're one of the most entertaining um sides to watch right now. So we'll see. Everton, I don't know. Goodison Park was always like would make me nervous going there, but Everton actually haven't been like crazy good at their new home stadium. So I know we did take like that L early in the year under Amrin when we had a man up too, but I think this one, I think this one will get the win.
Yeah, in all seriousness, I do think y'all will win against Everton. Um,
I hope
but
we keep going in the trend of 4 games, one tie, so the dude never gets his haircut.
yeah, I feel like Everton, y'all match up well against them because yeah, they're a slightly lower quality in terms of players, but they're not a team that just sits back either. They
No.
like to go forward and get a win, so I
Hmm.
think that matches up well with you guys.
Yeah. I'll say 2-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And then I guess the last game from this weekend that we'll touch on is the Man City Newcastle game. Man City are definitely in the title race right now. Um, they have
This one was a little interesting because I know we talked a little during the Arsenal game and we had like different perspectives on this one.
yeah. To me, I thought it goes back to what I was saying earlier with the Wolves game. Champions see out games that are tough.
Hmm.
Not every game's going to be dominant, and I felt like this one, Newcastle, especially that second half, were the better team. I think it was unfortunate that they didn't get any points off, but and you could see in like the way City celebrated at the end that they were relieved to get the win, but like how much it means.
Hmm.
And I guess I mean going forward, every game is gonna matter for the title race.
Yeah, I thought the first half City were definitely looking like cruise control until they conceded, but then after conceding, they kind of got their goal back quite quick. Um,
But then Dan Burn had the goal that was chalked off due to offside barely.
yeah, true, true. And to your point, second half, yeah, Newcastle probably looked the better, definitely looked the better team, but I think at the same time, City seemed pretty comfortable. Um,
Really, I didn't think they looked comfortable at all. I thought they were
really,
defending for their lives. Yeah.
I think at least the first like first half of the second half
Yeah,
was comfortable.
that
But
third
then,
quarter.
yeah, the third, fourth quarter is like when it's shaky.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, I thought Rodri especially
he turned up
yeah,
finally.
he did. But I thought he looked leggy, and I think that was a huge issue, especially with Joe Linton coming on. I think that was a
Mhm.
huge difference maker. Desiree Doué was an easy super sub pick, but I think if Newcastle had gotten a point, he would have been my super sub because I think in
Mhm.
that midfield, City looked really leggy, and it was especially Rodri looked gassed.
Oh yeah. City did get away with a red card though. When Bernardo Silva kind of just like jumped into Dan Burn,
Yeah.
wasn't even like looking at the ball really. Because I think he was on a yellow already.
He was. Yeah. But I mean, your boy came up big for City, Nico O'Reilly.
Generational. I'm telling you. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
he's in the levels of hot take.
no, no.
Lamin's in his own class, but you want the other classes of like generational upcomers? He up there
You think he's on the same level as like Due?
in different ways. Yeah.
Yeah, where Nico O'Reilly he kind of reminds me of is Phil Foden in terms of not their play style, but let's say hypothetically City go on to win this league. It gives me
Mhm.
flashbacks to when City won it back in 2018, 2019, where Phil Foden came up big in like a few games, especially the one I remember is like that diving header against Spurs where
Mm.
he scored the winning goal. Like people are going to look back to this Newcastle game and be like, Nico O'Reilly came up big.
Yeah.
Um, and that was kind of when Phil Foden broke into the scene. And you called it from the start of the season here that
Yeah.
Nico O'Reilly was kind of the
Dude,
guy to watch.
he's different gravy. And like the way he's been used almost as like a utility player, left back, uh DM, even though DM was like his first position, like he got pushed to left back and then
You don't
now
think he's just the next Rico Lewis?
hell no, levels above.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's different gravy.
It's insane his skill set too for how big of a player he is. Like tall.
Yeah, he's crazy tall, pretty strong. Yeah, crazy.
But yeah, to me, I think Newcastle were a little unlucky, but I was impressed how they didn't just sit deep, and I thought they were pretty aggressive and try to win the game. Especially like coming off the midweek game, they had one, City didn't, and they had to travel almost all the way to Asia, basically playing Kiribati. So
Yeah.
despite all that, they they still put in 100% and didn't really look gassed at the end.
We'll say though, Newcastle treating one of their players disgustingly.
Who?
Low key, I think Waltamata getting shafted.
Yeah, you see, they're
Um,
trying to sell him.
yeah, to Everton, and then like again they lined him up behind Gordon, um, which I find kind of odd. Because Gordon's really that's not even his strongest position.
Hmm.
And then I know we'll get into the Champions League here in a minute, but like Gordon, selfish, like bro, you already secured your hat trick. Like he's been Waltemod's kind of been on a uh drought, so like why not give him the second penalty? Um,
Hmm.
and then you could see like when they celebrated, like Waltemod like didn't really even celebrate with them.
Mm.
And then
Yeah,
to your point, the whole transfer thing.
yeah. Apparently, he's very unhappy at Newcastle, which I'm surprised
Hmm.
because the fans seem to love him in the start of the season.
Yeah. So I don't know what's happening there, but
Yeah, to your point, I don't like him playing in the midfield. Like he's definitely very saucy, but I like him being like the hold up guy and like the Berbatov-esque where he can lay off or he can
yeah.
drop deep himself.
Hmm. Um, and I think is like ever since Wissa came back from injury, like, uh, yeah, I feel like he's just been getting slightly shafted because I feel like he did have a really good start. Um, and like he hasn't even looked that bad in his drought. Uh,
Hmm.
but I mean, I guess you strikers you get judged based on your goals.
Yeah, and then City, I thought it's very unlike Pep, the way they've been playing, where it's very direct, and less possession based.
Hmm.
But also like not seeing games out is very unlike Pep, and controlling games. But I mean, they still got it done.
And it's a good
And
sign getting it done when like some of your top players are weren't performing this game. I thought
mhm.
other than Semenyo's like pre-assist pass to Holland, that like reverse ball for the second goal, I thought this was like one of his poor games in a City shirt.
Yeah,
I thought Holland was kind of nullified in general, apart from his assist. Um, it's like having two key players kind of have quieter games. It's a good sign still coming out a win like this.
yeah, they're definitely in the title race. I think it's gonna come down to the wire.
Hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
your boy Lewis Hall though, bagging goals again. Um,
Bro,
he's looking good.
the white Roberto Carlos, I'm telling you.
Crazy.
So do you want to touch on the Champions League? Kind of wrap it up with that.
Yeah, we can move
Any?
on.
Did you have any other league games you wanted to touch on?
Um, no, not really. I watched Forest Liverpool game today. I wish I tuned into like the other games. This one was kind of Forest, I'm not gonna lie, dominated.
Hmm.
Um, and they definitely should have won. They just couldn't put away their chances. This was definitely like top tier robbery.
That the goal they scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Forrest, I will say we've been talking like for the right reason too about Elliot Anderson coming to United, like splurging. But if we do like need to save money and stuff, one player from Forest also who we could raid for like cheaper, Sangare. I think he's very
Ooh.
Casemiro-esque. He was moving me with his performances as of recent,
Hmm.
especially today.
I thought you were gonna say Dominguez. I was like, oh, please don't say Dominguez.
No.
Um, yeah, Liverpool. I don't think we talked about Liverpool City, City coming back 2-1
Oh yeah, that's right.
in that one. Soboslai scored an absolute banger, and I feel like low key Soboslai, he's been turning it around this season, and I think he's been one of the top midfielders in the world
In
with
the
his
world?
performance. Yeah.
I was gonna say in the league, yeah. I could get with that.
Like, let's say he went to Madrid. I think he would be a certified starter for them.
Nah,
Over Arda, the way he's been playing this year. Who would you?
nah. You
What?
got
You don't
you
have
got
Bellingham.
levels.
You don't have
You,
Bellingham.
comma.
No, he's starting over Kama.
Heck
Yeah,
no.
he's starting over Kama. I'm
Crazy.
taking Soboslai. I'm putting Kama as like more of a super sub or a. I like Kama at more as like the defensive type holding midfielder.
I'm putting Subasly as a potential super sub, like a baller league
Uh,
when you need the free kicks.
he's starting over.
Subasly, you are in.
He's starting over Arda. He's got better. He's got his set pieces is as good. Free kicks definitely better. And then his threat going forward is has been top tier this year. I-
But you like
Starting.
Arda.
I do like Arda.
I like Arda too.
Bro, put the biasness aside. You know he's getting into that starting side.
Maybe over Arda,
Yeah.
yeah.
And comma.
No, Kama that guy. He'll probably get over
You
Kama just because of injury, but
no,
that's the
he
only reason. Free
no.
injury, Kama? Crazy.
But the style you need comma as a comma, like the pivot with Tchouaméni.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Kama, a World Cup finalist
Soboslai, national captain.
for Hungary, bro. What's the population there?
Hungary, they're a decent side. Chat to
Mm,
me when you're captaining your national team. Who does France
bag.
have? Yeah, that's what I thought. Who does France have?
This man going crazy. Outside. Hold up. Yeah. Nah,
Soboslai got long hair too. Um,
pretty boy privilege, bro. That's why everyone rates Calafiori.
yeah, Calafiori just overrated in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah,
Who you
for
got?
sure.
You think Hincapi or Calafiori for Arsenal?
Like who's better?
Yeah, at that left back spot.
I like Hincapié, dude. He's
You like
solid.
Hincapi?
Yeah,
Yeah. I like Calafiori too, but I think Calafiori just, I'm telling you, the pretty privilege
that's the
gets
thing.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, Calafiori doesn't really
He just
excite
got,
me.
he's got aura. Just the, it's the pretty
Nah,
privilege aura, I think.
yeah, he doesn't excite me at all.
No.
No. If we yeah, I guess Madrid too, I didn't catch the game, but they lost to Osasuna this week. Yesterday
Hmm.
2-1 and then Barca won today 3-0. So I think Barca's back up top.
Are they?
La
I gotta
Liga.
check the
Yeah.
table. I did see who was on the crime of the scene for the Real Madrid goal though.
Mr. Trent.
Yeah, unfortunately. He has had a pretty good like when he does play, pretty good time at Madrid, but
He's looked really good going forward.
that was kind of a costly one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Barca point ahead. So, um I guess speaking of Real Madrid, you want to get into the nitty-gritty of the Champions League? Bunch of drama here.
Yeah, so Madrid, they ended up winning 1-0 from a Vinny goal. And
Spectacular goal.
very well taken.
That was,
Well, that's not his celly anymore. He's back to his dancing now.
yeah, that's the Vinny that we love to see.
Yeah, he was enjoying himself, but he did the dancing in front of Benfica fans. And the game got delayed, I think, a good 10 minutes, because Benfica, one of their players, Argentinian youngster, who, dude, I was kind of a fan of, but like it kind of annoyed me. He, do we know what he said?
We don't know the official, but the rumor was because he covered it under his shirt when he said it. And Madrid players claimed that he said mono, which translate to monkey, and he said it 5 times under his shirt, which is cowardly behavior. But then this Argentinian kid was doubling down and was like, "Nah, I said hermano. I said hermano, hermano." And then he got his agent to double down with him too and say, "I know my client very well, very respectful young man. He would never say this." Um,
Mm.
and then nasty work was Benfica official Twitter account tweeted saying,
Oh, I saw that. Like, how can Vinny hear what he
yeah,
said from yards away?
but it was like their official Twitter account, which is crazy.
They were down bad because they tweeted that out at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Portugal's time.
And then
Um,
as much as I love Jose, uh, his comments too were just it wasn't like bad, but it was just like not the right thing.
yeah, like he wasn't saying anything racist or backing Pristani at all, but
No.
it was more he didn't show any sympathy, I guess.
Yeah, and he was basically saying like, Vinny, you're like world class. Like, you just gotta celebrate. You don't have to like provoke the fans, but it's like,
But that's part of the game, you know?
yeah, provoke. Yeah,
Yeah, Mark Clattenburg annoyed me too with his like during the 10-minute window where Clattenburg was saying, "Oh, this is on Vinny. He's the one instigating this whole thing, like celebrating in front of the fans." I'm like, Clattenburg, that's disgusting. Like,
yeah, it's crazy behavior.
but we've seen this type of behavior from Argentinian players. I know Enzo's had that controversial song that he was chanting
Yeah,
for Copa America, just not a good look.
yeah. So
And
we'll
on top of
see
that, you see what Argentina Federation said?
on this subject.
Kinda.
Uh-uh.
They said, Prestani, we like that behavior. You're getting called up to Argentina squad.
Oh, wow.
No, they
Great.
didn't say because of that, but he is getting
But
called
he's
up.
getting called up.
But it
Dang.
was literally after that game,
Jeez. Yeah, that's
which is really
ah.
unfortunate because he had a really good game
Mhm.
down the right. Uh, and he's been like one of Benfica's like bright stars, but all that is kind
Just
of
got
taken away now.
yeah. Um yeah, and I saw the Mbappe interview afterwards. He was kind of
Oh
staying
yeah,
away
what
from
happened?
Vinny.
I missed that.
He basically was saying the whole situation, breaking it down, and called him. That is the part I don't like about like the new gener. I don't know when it started, but like people starting to talk like that, um,
Mm.
and like under their shirt. So uh, it's kind of weird, just this whole. Because like, why you gotta cover your shirt if you didn't say it? But at the same
Hmm.
time, it's like that's just players do now. So like, there's no lip reading and stuff that happens, but. Um, It takes away from a good game too, because it was a pretty good matchup. Good chances, good saves.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it was very entertaining. But it was just kind of all just in the background now, and that was kind of the main thing
mhm.
everyone takes away. And I mean, only he really knows what he said, you know. But
Just
like
him and Vinny. Yeah, only
Vinny,
between the two of them, really.
and I don't blame Vinny. Like they were saying he was being extra, like sitting on the bench and stuff. But like Vinny's been, I mean, being racist is not okay. But like him specifically has been targeted so
Oh
many
yeah.
times. So like it, you know, yeah, you might not have done the same thing, but it's not like it's not justified for him not wanting to play.
hmm Yeah. And then like, obviously the fans don't know. Like, obviously they couldn't possibly hear it, but like,
Yeah.
they just took it as Vinny starting drama. So then the entire match after that incident, Vinny, every time he was like on the ball, just getting whistled and booed.
Hmm.
Um, so I know the reverse fixture, I think, is on Tuesday or Wednesday. So it'll be interesting because Mbappe said that UEFA shouldn't allow Prestini to play in this
Hmm.
tournament. So we'll see if he does get a play. I'm sure every time he's like on the ball, it's gonna be like
Him getting
everyone,
booed or
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just unfortunate because it was just to your point, a really good game.
hmm
Um and 1-0 Benfica is definitely still in this tie.
For
Uh
sure.
Courtois, like you said, made a couple big saves. Um So, but I think the biggest shocking result for me this week was Juventus falling 5-2 to Galatasaray.
My guy's showing out.
Just blown away. I thought Juve in this Champions League would maybe turn it up a little. They've kind of fallen off in the Serie A, but now it's 5-2 is a massive, massive hill to climb. And I don't really see them coming away advancing in this one.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's a big blow. And Juve, uh, yeah, to your point, they've kind of fallen off, or they have an uphill battle to climb now, but they've also fallen off in Serie A. And I didn't realize, but the Serie A title race is kind of done and dusted now.
Hmm.
I didn't realize like how far ahead Inter kind of are now. 10-point gap, um, with same number of games played as everyone. So
And then speaking of Inter, they also lost a shocking game against Bodo Glimt.
Bodo
Um,
Glimt on momentum,
dude,
crazy.
their season is technically over, right?
Yeah, because of yeah.
Like, yeah. So Bodo Glimt, they won 3-1 against Inter.
hmm
Um, but this is not really a fluke, you know, like they are a good team and tough place to play, obviously. But I mean, they've beaten this Champions League campaign. They've beat Man City, they've beat Atletico, and now Inter. So some top clubs, and like it's a tough place to play going to Norway in the middle of the winter. Um, So I don't think it's like luck or anything. Like they're a legit side.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough. If Bodø Glimt somehow advance, yeah, to your point, tough one to play in. The circumstances in Norway just being cold. Um,
Yeah, it's crazy to think Bodo Glint, like the area, they have less people than just New York City, Manhattan
oh wow, yeah, that
as
is
a total.
insane. Um, Another result that was pretty. This was I haven't really been able to catch the highlights, but just results that I saw that looked epic was the Atletico Madrid versus Club Brugge game. Club Brugge coming back 3-3 game. Um, Newcastle, as you mentioned, they went. I didn't realize where Karabakh is located. I didn't realize it's all the way like near Asia.
Hmm.
Um, but they 6-1 thrashing, but I didn't realize like came at a cost of having to like travel insanely.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in Azerbaijan and they're managed by apparently he was a Azerbaijan like national team legend. He has the most goals in country history. But he's also been in charge, I think, for over 10 years now, which is the longest for any manager for Kirabag. Um,
Hmm.
he's won the league multiple times now with them, and apparently I was doing this whole like deep dive into like he's him being one of the best successful managers for the team, and of course, first appearance in the Champions League too,
Yeah.
team
Dang.
history. But yeah, 6-1, they look out of it, but
Hmm.
uh,
And
and
then we
then
slightly touched on the Monaco PSG game.
yeah,
This one will be interesting second leg. Uh, I'm sure Dembele, never a good sign when you have to leave first half of the game. Um, so I'm sure he might miss the reverse fixture. Um, but yeah, 3-2 game. But next one, PSG will be home, so that'll be an interesting one. Where you have any takeaways from that game?
uh, not really. It was just Desiree Doué coming in and being a huge difference maker there.
I did think the PSG, the goals they conceded were a little sloppy, or not sloppy, a little easy to play through.
You think who do you think is going to be starting for the US up top? Is it going to be Balogun, you think, in the World Cup
Or Pepe,
or Sargent?
uh, Sargent in the bag. He's a
He,
non, he's a
he
championship player.
he's nice for Norwich though. It is championship though, but yeah. Who would you start though? Pepe or Balogun?
Balogun.
Yeah, same. I like his game.
We need to do a before the World Cup actually happens, like a U.S. I mean, I'm not like the most avid U.S. watcher, but like a 11, like a starting 11.
Yeah. You know Messi's playing for the US. Bro,
Boy, get out of here,
no, someone in my office was like, Messi's playing for the US this World Cup.
bro.
Yeah, he's like, Trump, he's like, I got a conspiracy. Trump was the one that wanted Messi at Inter Milan so he can play for the US and win it under Trump's
Mm,
regime. And I was like, bruh, that's not how it
yeah.
works.
I did. Speaking of Messi, though, I did see him. He got mad at like the MLS refs. And it was after the game. He went in the MLS. I guess the referees they have like their own locker room, and
Hmm.
Messi was like hella pissed, and he went into the refs locker room, and Suarez had to like pull him out, like
Oh.
hold him back. So I wonder what happened.
Oh, March 7th, I'm watching Inter Milan. They're coming to Baltimore. They're playing DC United, but they're playing in the Ravens Stadium.
Oh, you keep throwing me off. You mean Inter Miami?
Oh, yeah, why do I keep saying Milan? Inter Miami.
Uh-huh.
So I'll be sitting like 20 rows back from the Inter Miami bench.
Ooh, you think Messi's gonna be playing that day?
I hope so. That's the main reason I'm going.
Yeah. For some
Yeah, they
reason,
play.
it's
I
just
I assume he would because it's like kind of the start of the season.
got it. Yeah, I'm just very confused on I thought like the whole MLS season like ended early and stuff, and then players were trying to look for loans to like European clubs just to
Mm,
like be in shape for the World Cup. I didn't realize that MLS is happening during World Cup season.
yeah, the first week of games started this weekend.
Got it. Okay.
So
What are you? You're a DC United fan over Charlotte FC?
nah, Charlotte FC till I die.
Name one player on Charlotte FC.
Yeah, Zaha? Is he still on?
He released.
Westwood?
Lucky. Yeah, he's still on there.
I know our keeper's nice.
Uh,
What's his
apparently he's a what's yeah, apparently he's like one of the top keepers in the MLS.
name?
Christian Kalina.
Kalina, that's right, yeah.
Hold up. I'm just looking at the DC squad, DC United squad real quick. Who they got? Um sorry. Yeah, DC United got no one really.
Yeah, I'm just watching Messi. Main reason I'm going. Although you see DePaul, he said the MLS competition is harder than Champions League.
Yeah, he capping.
Big time.
Big time capper. Um there's
Speaking of, go ahead.
there's a video. Um you know how like I guess they revamped Camp Nou and all that?
Yeah.
And
Oh, I
Messi,
know the story.
the security was like, I guess the security didn't know who Messi was or something.
Yeah, Messi wanted to go back and just look at this stadium being renovated.
Hmm.
Dude, that's too funny.
And you could probably guess who was with Messi.
His bodyguard, DePaul.
Yeah,
Dude, that man like loves Messi.
for real. Um,
This isn't a political podcast, but speaking of politics, did you see what the Swedish Prime Minister said?
nah.
He said the Sweden government is at risk of
I did see
making Sweden Spursy,
Yeah, I did see that. I
and
did
they
see
can't
that.
perform like Tottenham. Bro, that's too savage.
Yeah, that's crazy. Insane. Um,
Yeah, what I thought we talked about it earlier. They're 5 points above West Ham.
yeah,
Okay, close.
craziness, man. But they don't have West Ham left. But I read you that fixture list. They got several relegation battles. Um, so we will see.
Speaking of title races and standings, I don't know if you've been following Bundesliga that much, but crazy stat is I didn't realize Dortmund, they haven't lost a game. Um, that's a lie. They've lost one game in over a year in Bundesliga. Their last loss was August of 25.
Hmm.
Um, and despite all that, they're still I think they're at 52 points right now, and they're still 8 points behind Bayern right now, who have 60. Insane to think about.
Uh, that means they just like draw hella games,
Yeah, and just like
probably,
how
and
how
just
dominant
yeah,
Bayern
Bayern.
are.
Jeez.
But with 52 points right now, Dortmund, they would have been top of the league in 2021 when Flick was under
Hmm.
uh, was Bayern's coach, and also 2019 and 2022. Um, and they would have been tied with Nagelsmann Bayern too at this point.
Jeez.
So it's just showing how dominant Bayern are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. I just remember the title race when it was like Dortmund were on top the entire year in the last game of the season. I think they just had a win, but they
Mm,
ended up drawing,
drawing.
and it was like Marco Royce's last game ever with the club. And I remember Jude Bellingham, like he didn't want to risk his medical with Madrid, so he didn't play that game, and he was like he was literally handing out water bottles to the team. In his face, he was like hella stressing. Oh man.
Dude, Mark Royce is a freaking legend for Dortmund. You see him like in the stands now watching
Uh-uh.
games. He's like with the yellow
Oh, yellow
yellow
army
wall,
wall.
like
Yeah.
with like the ultras and everything.
Oh wow.
Club legend.
Yeah, I don't think they'll win this title either.
Would you rather be like Royce, where you never really win, but you're there, like you're a top player. Let's say,
Mhm.
would you rather be a top player and like be like Marco Royce, where you're kind of like a
One,
legend,
yeah,
or would you be Bellingham, where you go to different club? And let's say you win maybe one trophy or so,
but you just go to different clubs. Oh, oh, one club legend, easily.
but you can go, you have like you can go to whatever club you want. Like if you go to Spain, you can be like, I'm gonna go to Barca. If you go to England, I'm gonna go play for Chelsea.
Nah, 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 nah. Like if I could just play for United entire
Be a
entirety
legend
of
for United,
career, yeah.
but then you'll never
A
be remembered.
trophy, be like Bruno. No, Bruno's won trophies. Take that back. Be trophyless.
Be trophyless.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm a loyal man.
I think
You?
if I played for Chelsea, like Royce played for the
Yeah.
team he loved, then yeah,
Mhm.
I'd probably stay for just my club.
Um, what about if you were Chelsea? You're on 10-year contract, so like obviously you don't get paid that much.
Which is very
Um,
possible with Blue Coats.
yeah. Or you get like offered to like Barcelona or Real Madrid and you get like crazy money and you win Champions League, like five UCLs and a Ballon d'Or.
Ah, because at the end of the day, it is like a job, like you could. That is pretty epic to win Champions League and stuff with Barca or Madrid.
Or I take that back. One club never win anything. You're like 10-year contract, so your salary's like yearly for Chelsea. Or you go to like Arsenal, win five UCLs and a Ballon d'Or, and you get like
I That's a tough one. Maybe play 4 years with Chelsea, have 6 years of my contract, get my transfer market value up, so then I can get transferred to whatever club Chelsea gets the bag to.
hmm.
Maybe bottle it 1 year so Chelsea can win it.
Oh, on purpose?
Shh.
Oh, you are a goalkeeper, so just like let in
Yeah.
like soft goals, random.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard
You?
one. I'd still be loyal. I'm loyal, man.
Yeah, I'd probably stay at Chelsea. That's tough to
Yeah.
go to Arsenal. That's crazy. Like if it was Madrid, maybe I'd choose that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe Madrid too. Yeah, you can't say no to Madrid.
Yeah.
Um, I guess you want to cover which one do you want to cover? You want to cover the Premier League for this coming weekend?
Yeah, I'll do that. And then you want to cover the rest of the world?
Yeah. We do have Champions League again this
Yeah.
week, so we'll figure out who moves on from the round of 32.
So on Friday, we got Wolves against Villa. Villa are kind
Villa.
of out of the title race,
We might take top three.
which is crazy. But I mean, props to Villa though. Just the work that they've done in terms of just staying this high. And then are they still in the Champions League?
Uh, I think they got the or a Conference League.
Conference League? They're still
Yeah,
in it?
yeah.
Okay. Um, so that's on Friday, and then
I thought
Sat
your boy. I was waiting on Tammy to get like a second goal and be like he was gonna be my super sub.
uh Saturday, let's see. Nothing too crazy. Bournemouth, Sunderland, Burnley, Brentford, Liverpool, West Ham, Newcastle, Everton. The big one, Man City going to Ellen Road playing Leeds.
Mm,
And then Sunday, big clash, Emirates, Arsenal, Chelsea. And then your boys host Crystal Palace.
yeah, Fulham, Tottenham. That's gonna be. Ah man, Tottenham. That would be kind of sad if they do get relegated though. That'll be funny. Um, around the world on Saturday, we got some pretty big ones. Barcelona versus Villarreal. And then this might be my annual Bundesliga watch. We got Dortmund versus Bayern Munich.
Oh,
Um, and then yeah, the rest is not great. Um, Championship, we got, I'll just give you an update on that because it's still close. Coventry plays Stoke, and looks like Middlesbrough plays on Sunday.
are Wrexham still in the playoff contention?
Yes, barely. I did see they drew you guys on the FA Cup.
Yeah.
You see Ryan Reynolds' reaction? He's going crazy. But I didn't realize until someone tweeted like why he reacted that way, and it makes sense because like regardless, they're about to get paid, which
Oh,
gives them the funds.
yeah.
Um, because he can easily just put this in his documentary. Um, Sunday we have okay matchups around the league. Roma versus Juve in Serie A. I lie. And then in Ligue 1, we got Marseille versus Lyon.
Mm.
So Greenwood, I said Greenwood. Greenwood versus Bobby Endrick. Or if you want to go
Bo
youngster for youngster, we got Nweri versus Bobby.
Bobby's been popping off for Leon.
Yeah, he's going off. And it seems like the fans like love him.
I like Bobby in terms of like, it reminds me of Soboslai, old school, like in terms of they just shoot from distance and
Yeah, just effort range.
yeah.
Um, yeah, he whenever he celebrates too, he has like it's like basketball. He has a celebration with each teammate.
I haven't peeped that.
No.
Uh,
Um, but I think that's all for this week. Oh, real quick, any transfers you've seen?
no, I haven't seen
I
any.
haven't seen either. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this week. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back next time to talk more footy, highlight game-changing super subs, and drop takes hotter than a Derby's day. If you enjoyed the chat, make sure to subscribe, drop us a rating, and share the pod with your friends and family. But until then, keep the football chatter alive, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.
Peace.